My phone is not working. The YouTube app wasn't letting me change the orientation. This is always weird. I don't like vertical, and trying to make it work here. I'm gonna have to hold it, so if it's a little shaky, I apologize. But anyways, welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic Live. I'm your host, Neil Johnson, and I'm so excited to be with you. Folks, it is almost time for the RNC. I am flying out on Sunday. I'm going to be there with Mike Lindell. My daughter's going along as well. And turns out I'm going to actually be doing a few things there that I wasn't expecting after talking with Mike yesterday. Apparently one of his main news people, and you guys all know him, but he's not feeling good. So Mike wants me to work the Frank Speech booth and do the news there. So I'm going to be on Frank Speech a lot. If you want to tune in, I'll be doing news from the RNC, and I will be doing some roving reporting with Mike, and I'll still be getting some of my own show. So I just want to kind of let you know this next week's going to look a little different. Sunday probably won't be anything, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's going to be busy. So yeah, I heard Biden is going to do a press conference, but folks, I have found what I think is the greatest read on the internet today. I was so excited when I found it. I can't wait to share it with you. Before I do, though, want to mention really quickly, free shipping ends on Sunday for MyPillow. That's right, mypillow.com/lumberjack or promo code lumberjack. You can, of course, call them. I always recommend, and they've got a pillow special going on right now, especially if you're ordering a pillow, call them at 1-800-568-2865. Again, that's 1-800-568-2865. So I'm going to read exactly what they gave me from the MyPillow office today. It said, "You've asked, and MyPillow, listen, there's finally bringing you the most requested offer ever. Get the queen size premium MyPillow for only $19.98. That's right, only $19.98 for the premium queen size MyPillow. MyPillow is made with patented adjustable fill. It adjusts to your exact individual needs, regardless of your sleep position. That's why I like it so much. Those little foam balls, I move them all around. I mold them however I want. Make sure you activate it by putting them in the dryer. And if you ever need to, they wash up nice, and then just dry them again. Okay, but that's not all. Get their 6-piece kitchen or bath towel sets for only $25 right now. The brand new mattress topper. They got a brand new mattress topper, folks. It's only $69.98 that's as low as $69.98 for their smallest mattress topper. And you can get their famous MyPillow bed sheets right now for as low as $25 and so much more. So again, feel free to call them or go to mypillow.com/lumberjack. Don't delay. Order today, folks. And you still have free shipping till Sunday. So in addition to these new specials, free shipping is still in force until Sunday on orders over $75. All right. So support Mike. Great guy. Looking forward to spending some days with him. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys tune in. And if you're not subscribed, please do. And then also, what am I trying to say? Oh, turn on those notifications. That's what I was going to say. Okay, so here's my read, folks. And I'm so excited about this. So if you don't know what The Nation is about the most far left of left publication you can get. And they are freaking out right now. And I just love this because right now you have this whole war within the Democrat Party. And don't kid yourself, it's real because Joe Biden doesn't want to drop out. Jill doesn't want him to drop out. And there's still some of the party members, some of the old guard, like the Hillary Clinton types, they don't really want Joe to drop out either because they want to maintain control of that apparatus. But the calls are resounding, they're never ending, and the left is flipping their lid. So listen to this out of The Nation. The headline reads, "Donald Trump's new strategy, act normal." That's right. With the opposition in disarray, Trump and his campaign have begun exhibiting unusual restraint in hopes of expanding his support. The beautiful thing is right now, Donald Trump doesn't need to say anything because just watching Joe Biden in action, watching his policies, feeling the effects of them, living them, and then seeing him talk. Oh, people, it's beautiful, man. The best campaign is to shut up. Our great summer of political derangement is conspiring to create one of the most unlikely outcomes of all. Donald Trump is cosplaying as a disciplined candidate as President Joe Biden adopts the the jury-rigged persona of a heroic national savior besieged by elites and running against polls and pundits. Trump is trying to execute a corresponding move toward at least the image of statesman-like self-restraint. It's all bullshit. I'm sorry, I just had to. It reads this way. I'm reading it the way it says. Of course. It's all BS, of course. Trump continues to speak warmly of extra constitutional power grabs, to lie flagrantly about election fraud and immigrant crime, and to talk about using the presidency to visit revenge on his enemies. He sought to downplay the right-wing abortion bans and the detailed authoritarian policy briefs in the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025 playbook for his second term. But the xenophobic, paranoid, and anti-democratic particulars of his agenda are all on lavish display in the GOP's 2024 platform. At the same time, the mere existence of such a document is a significant Trumpian concession to normie politics. Normie politics. Man, the last thing we want, people, is normie politics. In fact, I got to show you something else. You guys are going to love this, because this is now what's going on. This is the new thing. Okay, so I stopped by the Hampton Inn, and they had the USA Today still out. Now look at this. Okay, I want you to plug DOJ pulls plug on Russian bots, but here's the one. Hold on. This is so funny. Not all politicians want to be jerks. That's right. They just want to get along, folks. They just want to get along. And then it shows a picture of your favorite rhino, Spencer Cox, governor of Utah, in a state like Utah where you could get a conservative. We've got Spencer Cox sitting down. I saw a picture in here with some other governor, some tool, here it is, sitting down with Bill Lee from Tennessee, okay? And it says, where is it? Join a discussion May 14th as part of Cox's Disagree Better initiative at the National Governors Association gathering in Nashville. Cox, a Republican, has campaigned on the principle of treating people with respect. Let's disagree better, folks. There it is. There he is. People, they're dorks. Okay, first off, let me ask you a question. How do you get along with the people who want to cover for pedophiles? How do you get along with the guy who showers with his 12-year-old daughter? You just have normie discussions with him? Is that what you're supposed to do? Really, that's what the whole thing is saying. Do you think you just have normie discussions with people who want to mutilate children? Come on. Hey, do me a favor, smash that like if you would, and chat in with where you're from. But anyways, the thing that's wild about all this is they act like Trump is going to, trample your constitutional rights. And let me ask you a question, folks. Who's trampled on your constitutional rights? Who? Who do you feel in my audience has trampled on your constitutional rights? Who? Because I'll guarantee you, I've never felt like my constitutional rights were trampled on by Donald J. Trump. In fact, it seemed perfectly free, perfectly wonderful, okay? So, I mean, these people say these things, but listen to this. This Nation article goes on. These people are so freaked out right now because they want Donald Trump to make unforced errors. They're just desperate for it. Like any major party nominee, Trump won't be bound by the platform, which is one reason the mainstream media's disquisitions of its softened language on abortion are so nonsensical. Trump himself said in the June debate with Joe Biden that he was adopting ambiguous language on the issue because you have to get elected. Probably his only truthful statement that evening, which was a massive disclaimer to his hard right base that they could safely disregard most of his faux centrist rhetoric. People, I honestly think it's hilarious. They talk about this when Joe Biden and Barack Obama completely campaigned on lies that were, remember when Joe Biden said he wasn't going to end fracking after he said he was going to end fracking? Do you remember when President Obama said that he was opposed to homosexual marriage before he signed into law, things that would support it, and he said he had an evolution? He thought the same way all the time, folks. Anyways, the message clearly labeled as intended, since most of the party's ardent culture warriors fell promptly into line with the platform's calculated evasions on abortion. Yes, Trump's former VP Mike Pence has protested the platform's silence on national abortion ban, but he doesn't exactly loom large in the mega pantheon. No kidding. Since the great windfall of Biden's debate performance and the ensuing Democratic agita over his suitability as the party's presidential standard bearer, Team Trump has embarked on a series of small but significant adjustments to its campaign messaging under the expansive mandate contained in that simple campaign formula, because you have to get elected. Headlining that shift was Trump's clumsy disavowal of Project 2025 on Truth Social. Like his pseudo pivots on abortion, the candidates claim to know nothing about the far-reaching plan to remake the executive branch into a permanent mega franchise. Was a complete falsehood. I am telling you folks, this article, and here, I'm going to try and share this with you because it is so telling of how whacked out they are right now, how concerned they are. They know they're losing. They know they're losing beyond the cheat, folks. They're losing beyond the cheat. That's how bad they're losing. That's why they're freaking out. Okay? People, I am telling you, I have never felt so much optimism when I see just how bad the left is losing it. I mean, this article from The Nation is telling me everything. They're so pissed off because people are flocking to the Trump camp. Have you guys seen the most recent polls on the election? General election, Trump versus Biden, okay? Trump is now up 4.5 points nationally. I'm not talking swing states, people. These swing states are ridiculous. Some of them as high as close to 10 points now. And then he's making states that weren't swing states like Minnesota and New Hampshire now swing states. You guys understand that? So they're having to defend on ground they're not even prepared to defend. They don't have Whitmer having created laws that say you can't investigate the election fraud in these other states. So we may lose Michigan simply because of all that they're instituting there. I'm not telling you if you're in Michigan to give up, but the problem is they're having to defend new ground that they didn't even intend on defending. And if New York falls, it would be the most epic thing on the face of God's green earth, and it actually could happen at this point. That's how bad it is out there. And I will say this much. I know you guys get frustrated with rhinos, and I know we've all been frustrated with some of Trump's endorsements. But no matter what, I'm telling you, I know Republicans are not the answer to all your problems. I've heard Dan Bongino say this before. They're not the answer to all your problems. But Democrats don't have the answers to any of your problems because they are the problem. This isn't a, well, they're both bad kind of thing. At least Republicans can be held to vote for things that aren't as whacked out as Democrats. They're not going to vote for gender mutilation and so on, okay? So just understand that as bad as some of these rhino hacks are, they're better than the alternative. And I know it sucks to hear that, but this is why it's so important to get involved in your primaries, to get involved in your BPOU caucuses, and to do all that ahead of time, because now we have the candidates we have, except for some states. Like, you can still vote. Jared Sessler, their primary is in August, okay? We still have primaries coming up in August in Minnesota, but our presidential primary was already. So you have these opportunities in your states to still ensure that mega candidates get in there, okay? Donald Trump is doing what he's doing because he wants to have a supermajority in the House and Senate. I understand that. And then he can use his bully pulpit to put political pressure on him. If I get a chance to interview Donald Trump at the RNC this weekend, even if it's just for like a few minutes and ask a few questions, I have one question I'm going to ask him. So keep your eyes and ears open, because I've got one specific question, and it's going to be I'll just save it for that moment if it happens. I don't know that it will. But I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I want you to keep the faith, folks. I mean, it is really looking good out there. And I'm not just talking from a polling standpoint, but talking to people on the street. It's just constantly. Now, you have to understand the Democrats look so bad right now. They couldn't even vote for the SAVE Act, okay? And they just voted. Actually, there were 5 Democrats who broke ranks and voted for the SAVE Act. But there are, in the Senate right now, Democrats have blocked the SAVE Act. Okay, and you guys all know what that is, to keep illegals from voting, and they'll tell you that it doesn't matter because they can't vote anyways. Bull. I can show you countless videos of where they're registering illegals, trying to get them to vote and doing it on a quote-unquote honor system, okay? So you're going to have to pray harder than you've ever prayed. We need a national revival. We need a changing of our own hearts. We need to come back to Jesus. I'm serious, folks. I mean, this isn't like, you know, in Revelations, when you read through the 7 churches in Revelations, every single one, it finishes up with the statement, to he who overcomes, to he who overcomes. Grace is not just some free ride of, well, now I get to do whatever I want to do and willy-nilly kind of crap, okay? That's not what it is. Grace actually empowers you to do right, and to overcome. So, folks, remember, just do right, overcome. Please smash that like on your way out. Remember, go support the sponsors. Midas Gold Group at MidasGoldGroup.com. Get yourself physical gold and silver shipped to your home, so you've got it in case bad times come, because the dollar sucks, okay? And go check out MyPillow.com and use promo code Lumberjack for big savings right now on that premium MyPillow, and also free shipping on orders over $75. Thanks so much for listening. Again, I'll be at the RNC. Make sure you're tuning in next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All right, I love y'all. Keep fighting the good fight. Peace out.